back. I had to do this as two separate videos. I was so excited. I was in the car. Leslie the Little Plazz. Zazoo Plazz report, June 19th, 2022. Oh my goodness. See, I ran into the woods because I was in the car. I had to run out of the house in a hurry. And so I saw the duck family having their dinner, and next to the coyote thing that got knocked over with the wind. It's so windy today. And now, I don't know if you can see, they're out on the pond. I'm going to post it. I got a little video of the whole family. And the ducks are now, they're like my kids' age, you know? They're like young adult ducks. Geese, I mean. They're all out there together. They're like teenage geese. Why do I keep saying ducks? Teenage geese. Kind of on a slant today. I'm over. If you can see behind me here. See? They're out there. They're way out there. But I'm right next to the little pond, and you can see the nice water. I found a little bird box here that got knocked over, so I'm sitting on this. Somebody's been out. Somehow the wind was so strong it knocked over this little bird box that used to be, I don't know, it used to be, oh, it was over on this pole over here, and see, somebody somehow got knocked over. So I thought I'd just hang out here in this comfortable spot, do my report today for Father's Day. So it's probably going to end up being a short one. I'm out here in the wild, and I caught the heron flying off. I didn't make it up. And just as I was coming in the woods, I can't make this stuff up. There was a couple in a little blue car, tiny blue car with a little dog in the back that pulled up, and they were watching. Now, it seems like everywhere I go these days, I keep seeing people in blue cars, and that's like my spiritual, thing. I've only ever really had blue cars. My first car after college was a blue Celica, and now I'm driving a blue minivan since 2007. In between there, we had a sage green Honda, which was pretty nice. And my husband, he has gray cars, but that's his color. I love those blue. When I was out near Tucson, I was walking down the street festival on 4th Street, North Street, I don't know, 4th, North 4th. And I saw, there was this guy out there in a blue Jeep. It was one of those bright electric blue. I might have talked about this before. He was playing the song. He had Billy Joel songs and big speakers, and he was blasting Billy Joel songs out on the street as people were walking by. And I went over and I started dancing. He's playing, just as I'm passing by, he's playing scenes from an Italian restaurant. You know, bottle of red, bottle of white, but white, red, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, that was my song. That was my song with my husband when we went up to Montreal, which is where we got engaged, but for some reason I remember we played Billy Joel songs when we were dating, and we went up there the August before we got married. And that was one of the songs. We had a place up there that we used to go, that we went and ate, and it was like on the corner, and it was, I don't know if it was an Italian restaurant, because it was Montreal, but for some reason I think of that song, and really what that song was about is two people who knew each other a long time ago, who reunite, and they have stories to tell. And that's kind of like my thing. Uh, you know? So it's starting to take shape. So anyway, I saw the guy in the blue Jeep, and he was just dancing around, out in the street. And then, I went on my way, and I looked back, and he wasn't there. So, and now I can't see, the geese are over there. Sometimes you have experiences in life where things are there and then they're not there. Or they really are still there, but you don't see them. So anyway. It's moon and Pisces. Ooh. Going over, the reason I drove over today was I'm going to stop at my dad's house after this. It's Father's Day, so I have a little gift for him and a card that I made. I gave my husband we had pancakes at breakfast this morning, and visited a while. I gave my husband his presents. He ended up getting himself a spatula. All he wanted was this Betty Crocker spatula. He said it was, it's got to meet quality control standards, because he's an engineer. So I went around everywhere yesterday. It's pouring rain. I'm looking everywhere at the big, huge lot store and everything, and they're closing. It's 7 o'clock at night, and they're closing, and I'm looking at trying to find stupid spatula. And I went to like a million places. And then, so I'm sitting in the car getting ready to do my Zazoo report. He's like, "Oh, I just happened to be at the store, and there's one Betty Crocker spatula left. Should I get it?" I didn't feel like I was going to do comedy today, and yet here we are. Such is my life. This is my relationship with, so I'm at the point where I used to habitually do things like that. I used to all the time beat my head against the wall trying to please people, and then they go and they figure things out for themselves. See, I'm looking a little mottled. I don't mean like, Cindy Crawford. I mean mottled, M-O-T-T-L-E-D. So I'm going to move myself up a bit. Now I'm cutting my head off, okay? I used to, it's like beating my head against the wall, trying to please everybody. And now I realize if I just don't do anything, things work themselves out, see? So, and this is my most important work now. The kids, for the most part, they come, go, take care of themselves for the most part. Even though I think my younger one did some wash like 5 days ago that's still hanging on a rack in the living room, and I said, "Could you please, So anyway, and I hear that my dad he washed the whole house. So he said, "Okay, so Mom's anniversary's coming up Sunday." He says, "It'll be a year since she passed." So he went to a mass. They had a special mass, and mentioned her name this morning. He did that. He cleaned the whole outside of the house. He said, "'Cause Mom, she'd want that." And then he power washed the whole house. He said, "It's powers." She would like that. So it's almost as if she's still she's got the strings. She's got the puppet strings, and he's just, because she's still in the middle of the dining room table, and she's still in the house. And he said, "So I made her holiday chicken," which is this chicken she used to make on Christmas with like cheddar cheese on it or something, or no, what was it? Some kind of provolone cheese and chicken and stuff. And so that's like his special meal. So he made the special chicken, and we've got a cookout at home. My husband's going to do the burgers and dogs on the grill. One word. Burgers and dogs on the grill. So I'm like, Father's Day, whatever he wants. He's the dad. He calls the shots today. I'm just going to do my Zazoo report, and then I'm going to go visit with my dad, and he's got this thing to, convert slides to digital files. So I'm gonna get that, and then he's got some shirt that he wants my older son to wear. He said it's an old, nice L.O. Bean shirt that's, and he's stating all the measurements, like, it's too big in the neck, and it's, it's an inch too long, and okay, Dad, I'll take it. I'll take it off your hands. I'll take it. Because I know these things are important to him. He's a Taurus, right? So, treat people as they wish to be treated. But anyway, so I was just trying to get out of the house, but I found this picture, and this ties in with my song of today. And I just saw 1117, so this is good. Here's my parents. This is down in, let's see. No, this was at Cape Cod, Massachusetts, when we went there on vacation. I'd say this was late 70s. I think my parents were about 40 there. Look at my mom, cute, and I see myself so much in them. Half and half. My dad's got jean shorts like me, and the shirt. And my mom's got, the white shorts, and they look like the two halves that make me up. I said this is the perfect picture for today. Look at the ocean. And that's comfort. For me, my midheaven's in Cancer, my 10th house. So the ocean, man, I spent most of my childhood hanging out at the ocean. This time of year, we'd go, we'd start going, and, I always give my dad for Father's Day, for years I'd give him a sailboat card. And this year I gave him a digital card with it was the beach. Trip to the beach, and then I made him a card that had some funny jokes on it. It was actually practical advice, but it was all mixed up, like penny saved is a chicken. I don't know, something about chickens that aren't hatching, and it was all sort of garbled up. He'd like it. I hope he likes it. I got him some chocolates, those nice kind, the little squares, variety. So, fine chocolate, Taurus, they love that stuff. So, I'm going to go over and visit, but I had to do this first. I had to reflect a little bit on all these things. The song for today, The End of the Innocents by Don Henley, 1989. Perfect. That song came out, I remember actually, summer of 90, I was in grad school. I was working at my dad's company, the headquarters of my dad's company, just west of the Connecticut River here in Farmington. And I'd been going through some of my old papers, and I talk about this in the book. The elevator company that my dad worked for, Ascensors. I was working there summer during grad school, and we went to see Don Henley. It was me and my older cousin, Steve, and a couple of my friends, friends from school. He came to this amusement park, over in just west of the river in Bristol, Connecticut, called Lake Compounce. They used to have big concerts there. They don't do it anymore. But people used to go and like lie down on the grass and just listen to a concert this time of year. So Don Henley came. I said, oh, we got to go see Don Henley. We got to do this. So we got tickets. And after work, we all went out there and, probably had a drink and laid around on the grass and listened to Don Henley. And it was it was a night like this. It was a perfect evening. And he sang that song. It came out in '89. And I thought, the words, go listen to the words. And I thought, the way he talks about in the song, going to someplace, lying in the grass, wanting to go to some place that's untouched, someplace that's simple and innocent, someplace that is reminds you of childhood, really. And you can go there in your mind. I can go there in my mind. And I think sharing that with the world is part of what I'm here to do. Because, that's what comforts me. Is, yes, everything is changing, and it's changing at such a rapid pace. And of course, the more quickly things are changing, the more things are coming up for us to look at. What do I want to bring forward of those times? That the feeling of lying back and just being in the moment, enjoying music, enjoying beautiful things in life with people, like-minded people who care about the same things you care about. That's important. That's important to preserve. And the lawyers tie up the details. The words to the song are just perfect. And that's what I've been doing. I've been going through all my old papers and tying up the loose ends, the details. What did I leave behind, And there's a reason I'm taking a very steady approach. Because while I'm still putting things out there, and I think that's very important, because there's a fine line there between procrastinating and, rushing. So, in other words, you don't need another degree. You don't need another piece of paper saying that you can do what you already should be doing, right? You don't need somebody else to tell you. If you're a good cook, cook. If you're a writer, write. If you're a dad, be a dad. You're a dad. And if you don't have biological children, there could be a father to someone. You could be a mother to someone. You don't have to go back to school. And I was looking through my things, and I came across an article from the Journal Enquirer where I used to work, about a woman I used to work with at one of the insurance companies who she actually at midlife went back to school and became a caterer. She always wanted to open up her own catering business. So at the very time that she finished her catering school, culinary school, she got laid off from the company where I had known her. She was the office manager in my department. And I left, and within a year, she got let go, and then she got sick. And then, so she got through that, and she opened up a successful catering company. So, you can't make this stuff up. This is a wonderful woman. It's one of the best people I've ever met. She's passed away since, but what a contribution she made to the world. And she didn't wait. She knew it was time, time to offer the best, the best. She saved the best for last. She took all of her experiences. She was a wonderful manager, a hard worker. She had a gift for making people feel welcome, for growing her own food and preparing it and welcoming people. And I thought, wow, I could do that. Well, I've been doing that. That's one of the talents I think I'd like to explore. Speaking, telling stories, gathering people together to tell stories. That's great. So, what you do is you take the best, and it occurred to me, in taking the best of the past, I would build upon the foundation of my parents, they were a wonderful team as far as entertaining, and they just always gave the best parties, and really, they used to plan high school reunions for their class. And they were also in charge of the PTO or the PTA or whatever you call it. They were masterful party planners. And my Uncle Mo, was also an event planner for a large insurance company here in Hartford. Many years, and a writer. So what you do is, you look at yourself, you go through your papers, you tie up the details, you take the best of the past, the innocence, the innocent years, when nobody really knew what was gonna come, right? And all of this was still just a fuzzy dream. Take the best of the past and use it. Build up our dreams on that. Use that as the foundation, to build our new tomorrow. Summer solstice tomorrow. Happy solstice, winter or summer, wherever. I'd say most of the people listening to this will probably be in the northern hemisphere, so happy summer solstice. And it's a good time to go through and think of an innocent time, visit with Dad, and plan your tomorrows. Have a cookout. Enjoy a walk in the wilderness. Whatever you're doing, hope you have a wonderful week. Zazoo Plazz. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.